wait till it's too late. Call McIntyre Elder Law.
Hi, I'm attorney Samantha Gordon with McIntyre Elder Law.
Hi, I'm Jane Dearwester with McIntyre Elder Law based in Hendersonville.
And I'm at our Charlotte office. Welcome to our Elder Law Report. We are going to be discussing today women, specifically estate planning and women. Starting in March, it is Women's History Month. So we wanted to touch on why estate planning is so important for women. You know, historically, women have had a lot of obstacles, such as early as the 1970s, women, as well as recently rather, as the 1970s, women couldn't even open up their own bank accounts. There have been so many restrictions that, have been in place for women, and maybe specifically dealing with financial matters where women have had lower salaries, have really been the caretakers for their families historically. So thinking about estate planning and thinking about the future of their family, if maybe they're not the breadwinner, but they're the caretaker, is so important, because what's going to happen if something happens to them? Who's going to take care of the kids? Who's going to run the house? Who's going to take care of the pets? Women really need to think about all of these different aspects, and doing an estate plan is so crucial to make sure that not only while they're alive, there are plans in place and documents in place that are going to secure that, but also after they pass away.
Absolutely. And we see with most couples that come in with estate planning concerns, almost exclusively, it is the woman who made the appointment, who got the couple in the door, who is our main point of contact on the follow-up. The woman in the couple is the person who has everybody's first, middle, and last names, knows all the grandchildren's names, knows all the birth dates. So it's just a role that I think women naturally play, to be not only involved and up to date on all the family birth dates and gatherings, but also have this natural disposition toward planning. And we want to make sure, for me, I want to make sure my son gets to soccer practice. I want to make sure my pets get to their vet appointments and this kind of thing. And not to say that men don't plan. So we don't want to exclude men from this talk, but really, our focus today is on women. And I think there is a natural inclination for most women to be planning, to be caretakers. And again, like Sam said, we do live longer. And a lot of the times we're working through probate cases. The father or husband does pass away first, and then the wife is left to kind of deal with the family and deal with her husband's estate and, other estates within the family.
Yeah, definitely. And lucky for us, we do live longer. I think the average right now is women live 10 years longer than men. So go us. But especially, if something were to happen to the wife or the mom when they're managing the household and they're making sure that everything is happening and all the happenings of the house is going on, making sure that there's powers of attorney in place is so important. So powers of attorney, financial power of attorney, healthcare power of attorney, you appoint someone who's going to be your agent to manage your financial affairs, or if you become incompetent, to manage your health decisions. So making sure that there's someone that can make those decisions for you. In addition, I have also noticed that when I have families who are coming in and they're meeting with us and they have kids that are going off to college, they're thinking about, should my child maybe have a power of attorney in place once they're 18, to make sure that while they're in college, if I, mom, who's been making decisions for them for the past 18 years, now they're actually an adult, which, 18 really an adult, I don't know. But, they're now in college, and if something happens, I want to make sure that I can still make decisions for my child and have legal authority to do that if it becomes necessary, So making sure that maybe your kids, when they're going to college, have powers of attorney. It's not necessarily just for you and your husband or your partner, but maybe also for the children as well, thinking about that.
Yeah, that is really a great point that I hadn't thought about, or it really had anyone ask me about here in Hendersonville. But I think that's true. And I think as elder law attorneys, sometimes people have an idea that we only work with a certain demographic of 60, 65 and over. And that's just not the case. I always say estate planning is for everyone at every age. We all have things that we need to keep in check with powers of attorney, have our estate planning documents, financial affairs in order. It's good to have these things in order at any age. And another thing I see and appreciate about women is women also tend to congregate with each other and support and help each other. So this is something that we as women can encourage our girlfriends, whether they're in North Carolina or other states, to just prompt each other, right? To say, hey, do y'all happen to have your will in place? Do your parents have their wills in place? So this is a way that we can network together as women to support each other and remind each other we need to take care of ourselves, right? They say on the plane, put your oxygen mask on yourself first and then others. So let's take care of ourselves, but then also let's remind and help our friends, male and female, to get their affairs in order. And we really can help anyone in any situation. And every situation truly is unique and different.
Yeah, definitely. Whenever I sit down on a consult with whoever it is, I let everyone know that if we're discussing estate planning, it is not a one-size-fits-all type of thing. It is very specific to who is sitting in front of me, what your background looks like, what your family looks like, what their needs are, and in addition, what the assets look like. So it's definitely cultivating a specific plan for that individual or family. And as you said, women should also be thinking about if there are elderly parents that are going to possibly need their care as well, because not only may they be caretakers for their children, but in the future, it's possible that they could be a caretaker for a parent or a mother-in-law, a father-in-law, those things also happen as well. So it's really from any age range and making sure that everyone in your life, but also yourself, first and foremost, as you said, with the airplane, making sure that there's a plan in place if something were to happen to someone, because things are going to go off the rails. And if there's no plan in place, it is going to make things so much harder. And if you are really the one that's running the show and running the household and something happens to you, how are things going to be managed? And things are just going to be blocked. There's going to be so much heartache, not only because you are not there anymore, but also everything that needs to be done because nothing was planned for. So really wanting to make sure that, for your own sake, but also your family's sake, that there's a plan in place and making sure that that's done.
Yeah, it's about opening these conversations too. I was saying at a seminar we did recently that right after the holidays, we got very, very busy firm-wide across our firm, because people were getting together with their family members they maybe hadn't seen for a while. And they're realizing, mom told the same story 6 times at Christmas dinner, or you could just tell there was some cognitive decline or maybe physical decline too. They're having trouble getting around. Maybe they need to go and do a facility. Maybe they need memory care, skilled nursing. So again, getting together and as women opening and facilitating these family discussions is so important. And again, I think it's a natural role for women and matriarchs of a family to be in touch, to pull the family in, to say, hey, let's talk about how you're doing. And so the more we do that, the better. And something that Sam said really resonated with me. I know women, we're not supposed to talk about our age, but I'm in my 40s, and women who are in their 40s and 50s are in this middle position where you're taking care not only of children who are maybe even becoming adult children, you're taking care of your parents who are aging. So me personally, my parents are in their 70s, my son's a teenager. So I'm right in the middle of these 2 generations. And the responsibility to help both of them is going to fall on me. So particularly women in your 40s and 50s, you don't have to wait till you're 60, 70, 80 to start doing estate planning. Again, the time to do it is now. The time to do it is when you're thinking about it, when you've been prompted, when you come to a seminar, listen to a video like this. When you start thinking about it, that's the time to act. Come in and talk to us, and we can help you put a plan together and put a timeline together of what's going to be the best fit for you.
Yeah, certainly. And also really thinking about, what your family looks like. For me personally, I have 3 4-legged children. So my plan is really going to account for that. If something were to happen to me, love my husband, but he doesn't know what vet we go to. He doesn't know what the dogs eat, so having something put in place where we make sure that that would be taken care of is super important as well. Also, thinking about having life insurance policies in place. If something were to happen, and maybe if your partner is the breadwinner of your family, what's going to happen to you financially, and making sure that you still have somewhat of financial freedom to make sure that things can kind of, without maybe a little bump in the road, but really smoothly having a transition as much as possible in that type of situation. Life insurance policies are important, as well as if you own any business interests, making sure that you have succession planning in place. If something happens to the owner of that business, how is that business going to be handled? Is it liquidated? Does it pass to someone else? There's going to be business bank accounts that are going to be associated with that business. So making sure that there's access to all of that is super important as well. And making sure that you're just really going to have a plan in place where maybe the bumps in the road are a little bit less harsh, and making sure that you have something to handle that.
Absolutely. Well, we hope that y'all have enjoyed the information we've shared. Please look on our website for opportunities to meet Sam and I in live seminars that we do around our geographical regions. I really love the live seminars. I think it's an incredible opportunity for the attendees to really learn, to meet us personally, to understand what we do, and then from those seminars to make a plan to get into our office so that we can meet you and learn about your specific situation and recommend a plan.
Yeah, definitely. I'll actually be hosting in March in honor of Women's History Month on March 23rd at the Ballantine Hotel here in Charlotte. I'll be hosting a Sipping Mimosas and Securing Legacies event that is open to the public. We will be having a brunch and obviously sipping mimosas as well. I'm very excited for that. And that will be a seminar that is based on women and women's issues in estate planning, where we'll touch on what we touched on today, but also go in a little bit deeper where it pertains to elder law, probate, and then maybe trusts, and really understanding how estate planning works. You can also love to visit our website. We have mcelderlaw.com/events, but also mcelderlaw.com/women, where we have a women's guide that you can also look at and see kind of what we talked about here today, and maybe some more information for you as well.
Yes, it's excellent. Everybody check it out. And if you're ready to schedule a consultation, please give us a call at 888-999-6600 or go onto our website at www.mcelderlaw.com. Again, to schedule that free consultation. Thank you for listening to our Elder Law Report on women.
Thank you. Go women.
Go women.
Please don't wait till it's too late. Call McIntyre.